President Biden has spoken with the family of Tyre Nichols. The White House says the president talked with his mother and stepfather this afternoon to, in their words, directly express his condolences for Nichols' death. The president also commending how courageous the family has been, commending their strength. This is some video here from a Washington Post reporter who was in the room with the family during the call. It's tough to hear, which is why the audio is not playing, but this is that conversation, we are told. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell is at the White House, and Kelly, a significant moment here.
These are important opportunities where a president can connect with a family. And certainly for President Biden, we know that empathy is one of the things that he calls upon in moments like this. He has experienced personal loss, the deaths of close family members, and he reached out today. The White House said, as you indicated, that this was a call to the parents of Tyre Nichols, and where the president was able to express his own condolences, those of the First Lady, and specifically noted the courage and the strength shown by the Nichols family in recent days. And then separately from the podium today during the White House briefing, we heard from the press secretary, and we asked quite a number of questions related to these events about the president's views on this, how he's likely to respond. And the message from the White House has been that the president is joining with the family to call for a peaceful response to the video that is scheduled to be released later today, and to honor the life of Tyre Nichols by listening to the family, and at the same time, from a policy perspective, to continue to work on the appropriate reforms for law enforcement, while also acknowledging that the vast majority of law enforcement conducts itself in an honorable fashion. So the White House trying to thread this very carefully. At the same time, we've been told the president and his top advisors have reached out to the appropriate state and local officials to make certain they have the resources they need and that kind of thing as they monitor this situation. And of course, the president is scheduled to leave the White House and go to Camp David early this evening, even before the tape becomes public. And we're told he will continue to get briefings and updates as developments continue. But this personal connection that the president chooses to use at times when a family or an individual is thrust into the national spotlight because events have really compelled that. The president did so again today, and the White House now confirming that. And of course, the videotape gives us an inside look at it as well. Hallie?